What is up, guys? Jacob Rothenberg here. It has been such a long time since I've made a video on YouTube for Amazon Publishing. I think it's been like almost 2 weeks, in fact. So, hey, I had to come back here. Long time no see. Let's get it started with furthering your knowledge base on Amazon self publishing, as I can't leave you astray. If you're not seeing results in self-publishing, that's on me because I need to create more content that's going to help you out and get you to the direction you want to be with publishing. So, quick story about me, about how things are going now. Like between myself and Emeka from my self-publishing blueprint. If you've been watching his recent videos, he's been mentioning working with someone else in the course where he's competing against someone else and making a lot of money working with that someone else is me. So I am making a ridiculous amount of money right now with publishing. Like I can't even show what keywords I'm doing anymore. Like it's ridiculous. And I'm not trying to say that to be arrogant, but that's just where things are. Like if you really network and mastermind with someone or a group of people who are high level, who are competitive, who will push you to improve your game. And we're literally competitors against each other in a space on Amazon, and we're rocking dough. We're like number one and number two for this certain dish, and no one's gonna figure out what it is. I don't think because it ain't Fortnite. But yeah, it's crazy. So what I want to share with you is a little bit of what I've learned from that process. And by process, I mean the linear process I use from start to finish to create successful books. Because I may not be the publisher that makes the most amount of money per month on YouTube, although I'm pretty confident I'm going to get there pretty soon. I have yet to prove that, but what I can say, and this is definite and something that is undisputable, is that I have now a track record of consistently creating successful books that 50x, 100x, 500x the return on investment. Literally, in some cases, 500x. Like it's absolute madness. So obviously, I'm doing something right, and I want to share that with you because you're going to see there's no real magic tactic or tool to do it. It's something you can do too, and it's something that you can replicate. So hang on. Here's my presentation to you, and it's going to be of benefit. So, without further ado, my process to create successful books, whether that's paperback product, ebook, or audiobook, here's how I do it. So, just to give you a little overview, my general blueprint, before I even really delve into any process whatsoever with self-publishing, my general methodology is I look for keywords and niches where there is huge potential for sales. Like I'm looking to hit it out of the fence, out of the park every time I publish a book. I am not here to publish a book that's going to make me $50 a month and have to publish 200 books to make $50 a month each to hit $10,000 a month. That's too much fucking work. Okay? I'd rather publish maybe 3 books that make $3,000 each a month, make $9,000 off of 3 books. It's so much more simple, so much more effective, and so much faster to make money online. Wouldn't you agree? So that's where I'm at. So I don't play small. I always go big, and I'm always looking to make a home run with any publishing venue I go through. So with that, my objective with any of the books that I produce is to produce a product that is superior to existing competitors in the category. So, this is evident with, I can give you very specific examples with this. This is evident with, let's say, as simple as like a fidget spinner book, a book with teaching you fidget spinner tricks. At the time when I was publishing a book on fidget spinner tricks, I noticed that these books had 10 tricks, 25 tricks, 30 tricks. What did I do? All I did was publish a book with 50 tricks, with a better looking cover, with more in-depth information on how to produce or perform each trick at the same price point as everyone else. And who did everyone go to for their fidget spinner tricks? Me. Likewise with yo-yos. More tricks, more bang for your buck. Pretty simple. With Ethereum, at the time I published on a cryptocurrency book, in that particular segment of time last year, there wasn't a whole lot of information from a what's so-called authoritative figure for crypto. So I hired a credible writer to produce content on Ethereum. Everyone flocked to it because everyone needed an authoritative source for information on the cryptocurrency. And those are just a few examples of what I'm doing to make products that stand out from everyone else. Because this is very important for you to understand. Not everything hinges upon being number one on Amazon search results. Okay, it's important to be on page one. All right, you can, to a certain extent, control your destiny towards reaching page one of a search result if it's possible, if there's not too much competition. Okay, but you don't have a whole lot of say in whether you're number 4, number 3, number 2, or number 1 for a search result listing. You can sell a shitload of books, you can sell a shitload of titles, and that'll help. But if you have 3 other competitors also selling a shitload of titles, there's not much you can do. So if that's the case, you got to be able to attract audiences with your number 4 listing that will take people from looking at number 2's listing, looking at number 4 instead, and buying your book. So you got to be able to do that. Likewise, I generally aim for long-term success with my books now. I don't do as often like short-term trends like I did with fidget spinners. I had a month last year where I sold literally over 700 copies of that fidget spinner book, okay? How many have I sold in July of last month? 0, maybe 1. So I don't want to go through that where I'm making a crap load of money in 1 month and 0 the next. Not my thing. I'm here to make a sustainable business. And so with that, I look for books that are what's so-called evergreen, that will last at least a decent while before they significantly drop in revenue and die out much later in time. Although if I do see something really hot that has short-term trends begging for customers, I'm going to hit it too, if I can make ROI. So I play with that, but most of the time I'm looking for long-term success. So Jacob, you've rambled for 8 minutes about all this methodology, all this strategy. Like, what's your actual fucking process? Let me show you. So here is my exact process that I follow for every single title I produce. It never deviates. So if you're brand new to publishing, or if you're new to publishing books, listen carefully. You may want to re-listen to this over and over until it integrates with you on what it takes. It's not that complicated, but this is my process. And a process that I can say most top publishers in self-publishing follow. So here it is. First and foremost, I conduct keyword research. So what that means is I'm looking for a certain keyword, a certain topic, certain event, certain niche that I want to publish a title for. Now, the criteria for what makes me decide whether I want to publish a book for a given keyword, I cover that in my other videos. I'm not going to go through that here. This is going to be a long enough video, but I do cover it in my prior videos. Check it out. And I do also, to a much larger extent, cover it somewhere else, which I'll get to. Second, and this right here, guys, even though we're only on step 2, before anything else, this is what separates the good publishers, the great publishers, from the average ones or the bad ones. Product strategy. So you have a keyword that you like. Maybe it has a couple competitors, But does that mean you just produce a book that's going to be the same as everyone else's? At that point, you're kind of playing with luck to get people to be drawn to your book, right? I mean, sure, you might have a slightly looking better cover or, maybe a little bit better of a book description, but you're kind of still leaving things to openness to chance with consumers, right? So, what I try to do is produce a strategy for my product, whether it's the paperback version, usually it is, the ebook or the audiobook. Paperbacks much more so because those make the most royalties for me. They make a lot more in royalties than ebook or audiobook for me. So I usually try to produce a product that is superior to my competitors with the paperback version. So some very simple yet actual examples, very simple. I might produce a longer title than my other competitors. So if everyone has an 80-page guide on something, hell, let's go hard. Let's produce the 200-page guide because it's going to have more info than everyone else. It's going to have more in-depth information, more credibly sourced information that is going to help solve that problem that a reader's looking for. Or, and I've already said this out in the open with my other videos, I'll try to target a certain demographic. So, hey, if everyone's targeting, women for like intermittent fasting, let's say hypothetically, hell, let's target men or let's target senior citizens. Let's target pets. Like, let's look for an angle that, hey, some of these people are looking for so and so for women, but you're leaving out some readers that could be looking for so and so for pets. So you got to be able to figure that out and see what's missing, what opportunity gap you can place yourself in to produce a book that will sell. That is most of the hardest endeavors a new publisher has to go through because you won't know how to figure that out unless you're either a marketing genius right out the gate, or B, you've made some blunders with publishing. Everyone has. I definitely have. And you got to figure out how to get your books to sell by differentiating yourself, separating yourself from the rest of the competition. The rest is pretty simple and the stuff everyone already knows usually. But if you don't, here it is. So I hire a ghostwriter. Usually I'll use a writing company to produce my title. Then I'll have a cover designer. I only do $5 covers. I've never paid more than $5 for any cover. People who say you can produce a better cover for $40, that's very true actually. But man, just tell your cover designer what you're looking for, give some direction, and you'll have a $5 cover that looks like a $40 cover. Okay, so that's not gonna make or break things if you follow everything else I'm saying. But anyway, after you have the book, after you have the cover, you want to then hire a book formatter just to get everything set up for the paperback production. I personally still to this day usually format my own books. Why? It only takes me 5 minutes. I don't mind doing it. It's a little bit of a chore. It's a little bit repetitive, but for 5 minutes of work versus having to maybe wait half a day from outsourcing it and paying like $40, I'll just do it myself. The exception to this is if I'm doing a bundle, meaning a product that comprises of multiple books bundled into one product. At that point, I will hire a book formatter, as that is a lot of work to properly set everything up. You're better off hiring an outsourced designer for that. So, in that case, I will hire a book formatter. Aside from that, I upload on CreateSpace, Kindle Direct Publishing, and Audible ACX with all the necessary details. So the killer book description, the killer meta tags that my keyword will be searched for and shown for, like all that, the pricing, all that good stuff, that comes last. So, and specific to audiobooks, Then at that point, I have to hire the narrator too and get the book narrated. But you get it, right? So that falls within the last step. And after that, I'm done with getting the book produced. So think about this. From hiring a ghostwriter to uploading on CreateSpace KDP ACX, you and I probably have very similar processes with that. Why is that? Why is it that we have the same processes from production to finish, yet I have much better results than you if you're watching this? Hey, if you're doing better than me, fuck off. But if you're a new publisher, I'm seeing more success than you. Why is that when we're following the exact same process? Here's why. There is no magic secret behind my process with regards to the actual production of the book. Yeah, I might be using a writing company that's cheaper than yours. Maybe I have a cover designer who I'm really fortunate to have partnered with that gets my book, looking great, but hey, that's not what the secret is, okay? My process has been almost virtually the same since I started from $0 a month, okay, with publishing. So that's not where the secret is. Where your emphasis should be is where I've improved the most, from where I've gone from making as little as $0 a month to having made last year $700 in one day to now making hundreds of dollars per day consistently. Man, it makes me feel cocky saying that, but that's where things are at right now. So it's the keyword research and product strategy that I've improved by so much over the past year that's gotten me from novice to what I would probably consider by now advanced. I can't even say intermediate. I know what I'm doing at this point, and I've got some tactics that other publishers either don't reveal publicly because it's really, really good, or it's not known. So it's my own thought leading process. So there's some shit I will never talk about on video, but hey, it's part of where I come up with keyword research and product strategy that has leveled up my ability, and that's where you need to too. So I can tell you exactly where to go to get your book written. I can give you my cover designer. I can give you my book formatter. I've given out my VA to do fake reviews for your book. But guess what? Getting fake reviews isn't going to fucking help your book by that much, okay? So lots of people have my VA. It's Jean on Facebook. Look through my friends list. You'll find her. Use her. But guess what? That's not where success is made with publishing. Success with publishing starts with keyword research and effective product strategy. So remember that. Keyword research, product strategy. Everything else is simple shit. But that's where you need to improve on the most. And that's where you will go from making $100 a month, $200 a month, to making that daily. Daily. And you can do it. You absolutely can do it. Believe me. But that's where you have to improve. I'm telling you, that's where you have to improve. So, needless to say, you want to stay consistent with this process that I've outlined to achieve consistent results. Don't mess around too much with this. Like, follow these steps. Like, especially with the production of the book, from hiring a ghostwriter to getting it uploaded to getting your fake reviews done. Stay consistent with that. If you've got it down, great. That's how you're going to see consistent results. But you also want to be consistently following a effective methodology with keyword research and product strategy. So, your obstacles while starting out. Let me tell you, and everyone says this, I know you're saying this too if you're watching this video. Keyword research is hard and it takes a fuckload of time. How many days has it taken you to find a single profitable keyword? How many weeks has it taken you to find a good keyword? Have you found a good keyword? Do you think you found one? Or do you know you found one? You don't know? Shit. It's a gamble. But once you have books set out, whether they do well or they fail, That's when you kind of connect the dots on what's a good keyword and what's a horrible keyword. I have that knowledge, mostly from a lot of failures, but also from some great, great, epic successes in my publishing career of over a year now. So that's the difference between yourself and me. You've got to pay the price of starting out, whereas I have already paid that price. I've already blown thousands of dollars on my own fuck ups with publishing, to where those thousands of dollars spent are the learning tax I've had to pay to get to where I am now. Do you have to pay that tax? Maybe. Maybe this is a shortcut. I'll get to that in a minute. But also with that, you don't know how to formulate an effective strategy for your products. Sometimes I stumble on this too, guys. I'm not going to lie. So, what I mean is everyone's go-to is to find a good keyword, a profitable keyword, and produce the same book as everyone else's. So sure, maybe your book is a little bit different because it's got this cutesy looking cover, or it's got like 10% more than the other title, or maybe it's got a little bit better of a book description. Like, you're just not coming out compelling enough to get your book sold. Like, would you buy your own book? That's always a great question. Would you buy your own book from other competitors? You got to ask yourself that when you're formulating a strategy. So, formulating a strategy to get your book sold is what you got to work on. Third, and I see this so fucking much with the blueprint, with my self-publishing blueprint, the biggest community in self-publishing that I've seen thus far, that I'm a part of, is everyone overthinks the publishing process. And even with the whole review swap, fake review process. And no one puts enough attention towards research and strategy. Why? Because research and strategy is fucking tough. Whereas, stealing some publishing processes. I mean, I understand if you're not a technical person. I'm fortunate to where I'm pretty computer savvy. Of course, I've had to ask questions to figure stuff out with publishing, but if you're spending over 6 months in I'd say a mastermind, like the blueprint or a community where you're publishing books, and you're worried about what trim size will work best, 8.5 or 9.2. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, just publish the book, man. Or one thing I saw is, I want to transfer my books from one personal account to another. Like, how do I do that? Then said publisher makes only $50 US a month, probably less. Like, you got to put your attention towards what's really important for your success. Okay? So stop looking for these little tricks like, oh, if I bag KDP Rocket, that's going to solve everything for me. Like, there's no magic bullet. You got to put in the work towards keyword research and product strategy. I cannot stress that enough. If you are watching this video and you just fucking follow what I'm saying, trust me, come back to me once you've hit success and say, Jacob, this video, it was a little bit repetitive with what you're stressing here, but hey, you were right all along, man. And yes, I'm telling you right now how to do it. Keyword research, product strategy. Voice is going out. So, I've told you what you need to improve on. How do you get a source of information on how to improve your keyword research and formulate effective strategy? Because I think a lot of content, especially on YouTube from other publishers, touch upon the subjects. They make a decent effort at educating you, but they don't get to the real meat and bones of how to research and strategize to a level where you're making hundreds of dollars per day. I don't think it's a matter of withholding information. It's just a matter of it takes a lot of effort and articulation to explain this. And a lot of people too are successful with publishing just because they've, by virtue of publishing 200 books, they're reaching $10,000 a month. I'm not dogging that at all. Like, hey, if you're making $10,000 a month, like, fuck, that's $10,000 a month. I'm not gonna badmouth that, but hey, man, if you're producing 200 books, making like $50 a month each, like, you're gonna hit 10,000 bucks. So now, if you're new to this game, you don't want to spend the time, capital, or work involved with publishing 200 books, welcome to the club. I only maybe have at this point 25 books, if that, and like only a handful are selling. But I'm raking it right now. I don't play this whole quantity bullshit with publishing. So I maximize my efforts with publishing. So how am I so damn good with so few books? You gotta learn how to do things my way and my mastermind. So I have a course, I have a community of my own called the Elite Keyword Mastermind, where I show you how to research for the best keywords on Amazon in minutes instead of the hours, days, or weeks that you're possibly spending on finding profitable keywords. And this is no bullshit. So, yeah, there are profitable keywords out there. It should not take weeks to find profitable keywords. Anyone who's been doing this decently for a while can tell you that. I show you how to find profitable keywords in a matter of minutes. So that right there is going to cut down so much time and so much money you're wasting with keywords that suck that you're publishing for. So instead of putting luck into the equation, you don't want to have luck in it anymore. You want to know you're going to a keyword with confidence and that your book is going to sell. That being said, discover how to effectively market your book against a crowded environment, how to effectively market a book and separate it from a very noisy place, the Amazon marketplace. You want to be able to know, well, what different differentiators can I use to get my book marketed towards it versus everyone else's? What features can I implement to get my book bought over everyone else's? I teach you that. I show you that. All part of my mastermind. Last, this is huge. This is why most people join my course straight up. Like forget the keyword research. Forget some of the strategy. Yes, that's still important. But hey, I give you the keywords to publish for every month. I hand pick great, super profitable keywords that will make you money. And I give them to you every month. And you'll have access to the prior months that I've given out since starting this system. So I think now there's probably at least 12 profitable keywords I've given out. One of them, actually now two of them, are keywords that are making me X amount of money right now. So they are definitely good. And I have publishers who can attest, and they're in the blueprint, they're just keeping their mouth shut, that they're seeing results. They're making money from keywords I'm giving out. So I'm your VA now for your keyword research. Like, fuck the research. Let me do that. I'll handle that for you. So all you got to do is look at the link below for my mastermind, elitekeywordmastermind.com. Sign up, pay the monthly enrollment. It's just 1 month out, starting out. You get to join my course. You get to learn all this great stuff. I give you the keywords every month in the course, and you'll have access to my exclusive mastermind group where I open up and will show you stuff, and I can answer questions that I will never, ever disclose or put out in the open on YouTube, because some of the stuff I'm doing right now is just shit. It's just ridiculous. So that's not marketing hype. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. There's a reason why Emeka is making $10,000 plus a month now instead of his usual 2 or 3K per month on Amazon. And hey, it's me, man. It's me, and he knows it too. He's not gonna deny it. It's me. So I got some good stuff. It's all in the mastermind. It's epic. I'm here to help you. Any questions? Leave a comment below. I'll be sure to answer. If you love this stuff, let me know. If you hate it, I don't care. Like, subscribe, and I'll be producing more content for you soon. See you later.